finding a way to kindly tell these toddlers too.
Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is September 4th, 2018. Happy birthday to my sister. Hope you're doing well today. Want to give a shout out to my man Christopher Walken. Again, always hit me with the mad hits. He wanted me to play Chance the Rapper, Brain Cells, before he really hooked up with Kanye and became real famous. Thank you for the song request, and we're loving this one today for sure. Hope you guys are back in the swing of things. Yes, that weekend went by fast for sure. But today I wanted to let you guys know about EOS, some new developments there with a major hardware wallet. This is big news, especially for more exposure for the EOS platform and its token. So we'll talk about that. And also, a big whale has moved some Bitcoin, over $100 million worth, from their wallet. Hasn't been touched since 2014. So we're going to take a look at that and what implications that may have for the cryptocurrency markets. They moved it to 3 separate exchanges, so that's interesting. We'll see what happens with that, and definitely want to get your feedback on what you think is going on in that situation. But first, let's take a look at that market cap, and we're sitting at 339 billion. No real coins today stand out to me, except for we got Litecoin up 4%. That's a decent move for sure. Stellar up 3.3%, and Neo up 8%. That's a huge move. And my beloved Dogecoin, man, you vets know about Dogecoin, how it was number 3 in the crypto game for a very long time. Dogecoin is up 100% in the last 7 days. I think it was even up higher than that. There was some news, some fundamental news that came out regarding that team and their integration with a new wallet, I believe. But shout out to my Dogecoin family. Much success. Much success. Let's take a look at that chart really quickly. Still heading upwards there. We're right there at my levels. I don't know what's going to happen, people. I personally think because this has kind of been a long, drawn out trend, we'll probably give it a break here at the 74 area, 73 area, give or take. But we've been on a nice little bull rally here from the lows of 5,900. So that's a nice move up, about 1,200 points or so from the low. That's a nice move up. Price action seems like it's kind of fading. So I don't know. We'll see though. Again, next areas are 7,900 and 8,100 on my charts. First article out of Crypto Globe. Ledger Nano S finally supports EOS. On Tuesday, September 4th, cryptocurrency hardware wallet maker Ledger announced support for several popular crypto assets for its Ledger Nano S device, with the most notable one being EOS. The news arrived on Crypto Tuesday. It says we need to remember that Ledger likes to announce updates on the first Tuesday of every month. So it says here the release of new coin applications will happen every first Tuesday of the month, with new third-party device applications bundled in a single release. This will help make expectations clearer for both users and developers, as they will know when to expect new releases to launch. This will also make it easier for Ledger to streamline third-party apps validation and make sure Ledger devices can support more applications quicker while keeping the highest standard of security and asset protection. So Ledger made the announcement via Twitter, and you can see the tweet here. Happy Crypto Tuesday. Ledger now supports Hycon, Waves, Rise, FIC Network, Piro, and EOS and Acroma. I've never heard of any of these other ones except Waves, of course, and EOS. These third-party apps for Ledger Nano S are available on Ledger Live, so you guys can check that out if you haven't already. Interestingly, the tweet also included a link to the company's roadmap on Trello, where customers can see in real time the updates to the company's public roadmap and also give feedback to the development team. In particular, this will allow users to find out what integrations the company is currently working on. So it kind of just goes on how to install the new apps from the Ledger Live desktop app. So Ledger now supports around 53 cryptocurrencies, and the article goes on to say here, it's important to understand that EOS support comes via a third-party app developed and supported by the EOS community. You need to install the EOS app on your Nano S to manage EOS with the Fairy wallet. This is developed and supported by the EOS community. Before you install the EOS app on your Nano S device, you need to make sure that your device has been initialized, that your device has the latest firmware installed, and that the Ledger Live app has been updated. So it kind of goes to that to install the EOS app. It gives you the instructions there. I know a lot of people always ask me, what's a great app to use, wallet to use for EOS. I always recommend Gray Mass, but now, Ledger Nano S is very popular, and many of you already have this device. So it only makes sense to utilize this if you like. So this Fairy wallet comes in the form of a desktop app for Mac and Windows. It has the following features, and it just goes through that: multi-account support, transfer of EOS generic tokens, tracking accounts history activity, resource delegation, EOS USD price pair, voting, buying and selling of RAM, and DEX EOS onboarding process. So there you have it, people. This is great news again for EOS and the community. I think this is awesome, and I'm sure this is only going to bring more exposure to EOS as a token, as a platform, to those who are looking to just strictly invest in it. I'm more excited, and I think where the demand is going to come for EOS, ironically enough, is not going to be the investor, the one looking to speculate in this market. The demand and what's going to push the price of EOS up are the developers, believe it or not. So that's really where the price push will come for EOS, in my opinion. You guys let me know. Do you think EOS success going forward, it's just strictly on price, it's going to come from speculators, investors, the Coinbases, if EOS ever gets added to Coinbase, the exchanges? Do you think it's coming from them, those people just buying and selling, or will it come from the developers who actually need the tokens to develop their decentralized apps? I'm with the latter. You guys let me know in the comments below. The second article is also out of Crypto Globe, and it is about a transfer of $100 million of Bitcoin from a wallet. And here's the article. I'm going to leave a link to the actual Reddit article, but $100 million was sent to Bitfinex and Binance, and also it looks like BitMEX a couple of days ago. This guy did the due diligence. He's been tracking this. This is a wallet that goes back to like 2014. I'll leave a link to the actual Reddit post, but I have an article out of Crypto Globe that kind of covers this. It says here, Bitcoin markets unfazed by transfer of $100 million of Bitcoin to Binance, Bitfinex, and BitMEX. So at least we do know all of that 100 million isn't being sold. Bitfinex may be the one that they are selling portion of that 100 million. And Binance and BitMEX are probably going to be for speculation and buying other altcoins. Says here, new information about the movement of large amounts of Bitcoin originally from a well-known Bitcoin address has been unearthed by Redditor Sick Silk. The Reddit user who has been following funds from the Bitcoin address discovered that some Bitcoins had been sent to addresses belonging to Binance, Bitfinex, and BitMEX exchanges. The story of a sudden movement of 800 million from the formerly inactive 111,000 Bitcoin address, covered extensively by Crypto Globe, relates that the address is likely owned by DPR or the defunct Silk Road and or other top administrators of the marketplace. What was transferred and why? Sick Silk's investigation revealed that 14% of the funds from the original source were sent to Bitfinex and Binance Bitcoin wallets. In the 7-day period between 24th of August and September 2nd, 11,000 Bitcoin out of the 15,000 were also sent to Bitfinex wallet. The Binance wallet also received 4.4 thousand Bitcoin worth around 32 million, mostly between August 21st and September 2nd, while at least 210 Bitcoin, 1.5 million, was also transferred to Bitfinex wallets owned by BitMEX Exchange. It was suggested by Sick Silk that the funds were being moved to the 3 exchanges in an attempt to exchange them for altcoins, mix the coins in order to make them difficult to trace, or it was simply the case that the owners were trying to sell his or her coins. No negative effect on price, CoinGlobe says. Unlike previous well-publicized attempts to sell large amounts of Bitcoin, this transfer of funds to Binance, Bitfinex, and BitMEX seemed to have no negative impact whatsoever on the Bitcoin price as it soared above 7,000 once again on August 31st and reached 7,300 at the time of this writing. Yeah, again, relatively speaking, this is not a lot of money in the Bitcoin markets. Now, if they start selling that whole $1 billion worth, you'll see a small impact, and that could change some things technically in the markets. If you're strictly looking at just charts, it could change some things technically, but of course in the long run it's not going to have a real impact on the markets. But I'm just interested to hear from you guys, what do you think prompted them, after holding on to these coins since 2014, what's prompting them to sell or move around these coins and do some other things with them? Maybe that's more telling than the actual act of selling them. What does that tell us about the sentiment in the markets? Is that giving us a clue to something else? I don't know. I personally don't really think so, but you guys let me know. Very interesting article. I will leave the link to the actual Reddit again, so you guys can kind of get a detailed look at what Sick Silk is talking about. Very thorough investigation by him, so big ups to my man over there on Reddit. That's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click that bell. I know I had someone telling me that the bell was unchecked for them, so just double check if you are subscribed to me. And that's pretty much it. It's your boy Crypto Blood. I'm out of here. Holla! Yeah!
I burned too many brain